Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl explained it to me.
Now, say my name.
Welcome back, everybody, to another round of Deadwire Live with Kevin, Chad, Jeff, and Steve from Too Much Scrolling. Welcome on board, everybody. How you doing tonight, Steve? You're our guest this week, so what's up?
I'm still a guest. At this point, I'm still a guest. You guys talk shit about me while I'm not here, and I'm still a guest. Okay, that's fine. Everything's going great, Jeff. It's been it has been a summer of fun. I no longer have any children. I have only adults. So my wife and I have spent the summer traveling across the country, around the world. I went to Budapest. We went to the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. We went to Las Vegas. We went to Los Angeles. It has been a fantastic summer, and it is coming to an end as we speak. Tuesday morning, those kids are coming back to school, and it's time for back to school. I've been dealing with school all week, ready to go.
Earplugs ready?
Everything's ready. Everything's ready. I've got all the medications. I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking. And summer is over.
Goodbye, summer. Hello, fall.
Yes, sir.
Make it spooky.
All right,
again.
Chad, what you been up to, buddy?
Same old shit, guys. Just trying to get through another week.
And Kevin, what you been doing, buddy?
I got way ahead of our homework this week for the podcast, and I binged watched The Tick in a day. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
Which version are you guys covering?
The new
Prime.
Amazon version.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing season 1 this week, and I've forced myself not to skip ahead to season 2. Oh golly, it's been a good week.
So,
Despite having shingles and in total pain, I've laughed a hell of a lot this week.
there is no
And
version.
welcome
of
to
the
Kevin's
Tick that is
Medical
a bad
Watch on
version.
our weekly segment of Deadwire Live.
Healthcare.
My titty hurt.
Can I tug on my tipples?
What
All
about
right,
you,
Kevin,
man?
fire us off.
Fire us off. All right. Well, so we've got some bad news to start off with, but before we get to that shit, let's do a little bit of updating before we update from last week where we left off. Last week we left off with the Olympics, and I bet you guys $1 that some porn industry would catch that French guy that knocked the pole off the pole vault, and sure as shit, dude has been offered $250,000 to star an adult film.
We haven't even started.
Woo! He got the gold.
The pole, the pole. Yes, sir.
The pole wins every time.
Hey, baby, you want to vault my pole?
What is that the best way to lose an Olympic sport? Sorry, I tripped over my penis.
It's pole position, buddy.
Yeah.
Best way and worst way, because that couldn't have been comfortable.
He's not going to get that many endorsements for anything else out of fucking Wheaties in France, I assure you.
He said,
Blue Chew.
Yeah, but Magnum's probably going to be knocking on his door.
French Magnum.
French Magnum.
Now, would that be metric or imperial unit?
That's pretty good.
Is this our new format? We're
Chad
just going
with
to
the
throw
win on
out
that.
jokes until somebody wins, and Chad just walks away with the gold on that one.
I think so. The porn industry will be calling Chad next.
And then he gets the sponsorship from
Yeah,
Blue Chew.
that won't end well for me, let me tell you, because I would not be knocking a pole off with my junk.
Not at our age, no.
No.
Anyway, for moving along in the Olympics, another big winner from the shooting competition. Alec Baldwin was allowed to compete again.
It don't miss.
Took away three medals, 3 judges, and
The first judge just missed the case, so I don't know. I don't know how
and a
much the judge-
spectator.
spectator.
And we have now been officially canceled by everybody.
Oh my god.
So before we get into the actual news, yes, that's what this show is about. Thank you for joining us again on Deadwire Live. So, serious news. That's not him.
Wow, Kevin.
Oh shit.
This one's going
Do
straight.
we need
the
to start
Hall of Fame.
whipping
This is
it
the best
out
show
live
we've
on the
ever
show?
done.
The porn industry is
Is that full staff?
Oh my god.
the porn industry is missing Charles Cyphers this week, from best known from Halloween.
85. 85 is
Keep
a
it
pretty
together,
good
man.
score.
85 inches around.
Get a grip on
And Halloween jokes are killer.
So,
This is our new format, right? We're just gonna throw out jokes until
Broke it
Chad.
up, Kevin.
that was probably the most delightful bit we've done so far.
Oh, even worse obit. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The first couple slides are sad. I apologize. So yes, aside from Mr. Cyphers also passing away this week, was the CartoonNetwork.com page. If you go to CartoonNetwork.com or anything that was affiliated with CartoonNetwork.com, it now immediately directs you to go to Max.
Which is a misnomer, because where you should go is Me TV Tunes. Those of you
Yes.
who have not yet gotten Me TV Tunes, go to metvtunes.com. It is Boomerang from the beginning of that service. It is an over-the-air service, 24/7, classic cartoons, and 74,000 members of the Facebook group talking about cartoons from 70 years ago. I love it.
Are there 74,000 of us now?
74,000 old people talking about, oh, my cartoon! This
You
was
know.
funny. Do you remember when this was funny? I do.
That other-
when I was
Yeah.
your age.
Kids these days don't understand Tom and Jerry.
Heathcliff was the funny one.
Garfield was only about lasagna.
Garfield was a ripoff.
Mama
That's the
D-
hell I'm gonna die on.
Marmaduke had personality and brains.
So I just got back from the high desert in Los Angeles, and I was watching Me TV Tunes, and Roadrunner and Coyote cartoon comes on in the desert. I'm like, I'm home. This is it.
Yeah.
This is my lifestyle now.
I respect that.
It was
I
awesome.
respect that.
It's fantastic.
Your kids are gone. You've got everything back now.
I don't have any kids. I only have adults. They're all adults. Me and my wife just gallivanting across the country, going from convention to convention. It's fantastic.
Living the life.
Well,
You'll get there. You'll
before
get
you
there.
move on, Kevin.
Please.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, if you're looking for YouTube channels that do really good cartoons, we want to give a special shout out to Super Saturday Morning and Orbital Bacon. Those are some great channels that air some fun classic cartoons that you can't find anywhere else, really.
I feel now. I'm gonna ask a question when I make this statement. Do they show Eat the Cat and the Terrible Thunder Lizards? Do you know?
I don't
'Cause
know. I haven't caught all of their content.
They have those on the archive page, and I have yet to go back and watch all of them. But my God, it's the guiltiest of guilty pleasures to
So
watch.
can we talk about archive.org? Because my God, that we are knocking out these websites left and right now, and archive.org is going to become that museum of all of these websites.
Yeah,
Damn right it should.
Mm-hmm.
should they're gonna have to start.
It's been around forever.
And they're gonna have to start charging money. You're absolutely right, Kevin. You did not say it, but they're gonna have to get money to archive and maintain these servers
and protect them. Shit.
Mhm.
Archive.org under attack.
It better not be. And that's me starting to sound old and yelling at clouds. I like it too much now.
Yeah, they just need to hit their ding dong on a pole and get some gold that way.
Ding dong on a pole. You want to see a ding dong on a pole?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Here
he's
it
leading the
comes.
podcast right now.
I spin on the pole too. More dead bodies and cancellations. It was quietly killed this week. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead franchise is not going to be a franchise. It's just that one standalone movie. How and why that got canceled off, yet their Star Wars ripoff is a continuing thing, is beyond me. I don't know. But
Star Wars stuff has been in production for a long time. Rebel Moon. That'll be canceled shortly after the last director's cut comes out.
Oh, really? Because I haven't
I
heard
suspect
anything.
it. I think Zack Snyder's career is at the tail end.
I hope so, because golly, he's just been swinging miss after miss after miss. And I know he's got his audience somewhere.
I wouldn't say I'm missing him.
No. I think he's a cool person. That's probably about it. Anyway. On to crappier news, and I think this is going to be the crappiest of the crappy news here.
Boy, the dick measuring contest on this live stream is impressive this time.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So Paramount is decided to cut 15% of their U.S. staff. That's about 2,000 people in the U.S. that they're cutting away, and this is to help make room for their Skydance merger. Like, this is going to help sweeten the pot for them, I guess. I'm not sure.
That's how it works. When you're in a merger, you cut all of the things and you hand them a blank slate, and they go from there. So I think this is a bad story. I don't think that we're good with the idea of all those people being laid off, but Skydance will have the chance to do something great with this IP.
I hope
and
so.
I would also say we're not at the end of the layoffs. There's usually going to be more as they find roles that are duplicating themselves, and it's just how business works when there's mergers like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. I'm sorry that it's happening to Paramount. Paramount is a very old and historic company, but they haven't grown so much to do so much, say, like Universal has, to broaden itself. Like, they've stuck their feet in the ground and had so many things and said, you know what, this is what we do, and they haven't grown so far beyond that.
So that all stems from the idea of CBS. CBS has been the network that says, no, we're not going to join Hulu. We're not going to open up our stuff. Our stuff is our stuff, and you have to figure out how to get to our stuff. Now it's Paramount instead of just CBS, but that mentality is still there.
Unless it's something like, say, Netflix, who they do have a little bit of a relationship with CBS, and they've been getting content. Netflix actually helped fund Star Trek Discovery for the first 2 or 3 seasons. Correct me, Chad, if I'm wrong about that, but I know first 2 for sure.
I'm not sure about that, but I do know that it was Netflix that saved season 2 of Prodigy. Because that had been actually completed, but then they canceled it. Paramount did. It got scrubbed from Paramount Plus. It wasn't being shown as reruns on Nickelodeon. And then Netflix came in after a lot of fan beseeching, I guess you'd call it. And they started airing the first season, and they did the second season. They did that last month. And
okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about like Discovery. First 2 seasons were commissioned by Netflix, so they shared budgets on that. So, and then it also aired on Netflix the first 2 seasons too. I just wasn't sure about the 3rd season, but there's a pre-existing relationship there. So, I mean,
and I know there's
all they got was the Star Trek angle, but foot in the
yeah,
door.
I know there's other Star Trek content on there. I know they had some of the movies on Netflix,
Right.
because they didn't have them on Paramount Plus, because that would make sense.
Yes. Same with Indiana Jones.
I pay for the Paramount channel and I call it the Star Trek channel. I'm just there for Star Trek content.
That's the only reason I got Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
I'm there for Paw
Space.
Patrol and Ninja Turtles.
Okay. All right. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Different phase of life, my friend.
Turtle power.
Yeah, like my daughter is like all into Ninja Turtles. My boy is all into Ninja Turtles. My other kid's like Paw Patrol. Fuck you guys. Click.
Yeah.
4-year-old wins, guys.
Yep.
So, she's the meaner
Every
of the
time.
crowd. She's Que Diabla. Anyway, on to happier news. Coming later this
Really?
month, next month, excuse me, coming later next month to Max will be Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. I
Now
meant to show
that
you guys this
I'm gonna
next.
watch.
Yeah, I meant to show this to you guys last week, and we accidentally skipped over it. And I wanted to make sure it got the attention because I really believe in this project. Like, this looks really cool to me. He had a campaign called the Go Forward campaign after he got into his accident that really pushed the awareness of his situation. It pushed further into raising money for medication and sciences and whatnot. And so I'm really hoping this covers a lot of that.
I think we've gone we've done a lot for disabled people since Christopher Reeve, because he was so renowned. He was such an important part of our culture. He gets hurt. An accident happens, and we all went, you know what? We should do more for the people that are suffering. I think I look forward to this one.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Because most of us know this story, but it's nice to see this being told and brought to a more modern audience that doesn't really know about him like at all. Especially with the new Superman movie coming out, this is actually a really good idea to have this come out.
Yeah, this is what the 3rd Superman since him, just on screen, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Brandon-
there's plenty of people who don't know who he is. When he was the one that embodied Superman, really, for all of us. Like, wow, that was really him. All of my sinuses are saying, "No, stop talking, Kevin. Stop." Sorry.
Podcast.
Well, he's not just
Oh,
Superman;
fine.
he's the Superman.
Yes. The definitive.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
So, oh my God, it's stabbing me in the face. I hate allergies. It has not been my week. Seriously, between like stabby virus in my chest, now stabby sinus pain, I can't think and talk.
A week
So
in
on the medical
desert,
watch for Deadwire Live, we are at 2 for Kevin.
2 for Kevin. 1 in the head and 1 in the chest.
You just wait until I start talking about my anal leakage. Yeah.
And you're pole vaulting.
Were you eating the Olestra chips again?
The Olestra chips.
Told you not to do that anymore after what happened last time.
Oh, but they were so yummy.
Yeah, we got a rise out of you then.
So hey, did you guys notice anything missing from the Deadpool soundtrack this week?
The Madonna song was not on the soundtrack? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, kind of like a faux pas, really.
Huh.
Yeah, it
Like a
was
prayer.
completely omitted. And I will say, like, I really love Like a Prayer. It's one of my favorite songs growing up. I love classic Madonna music. So forgive me if this is my moment to stand on a soapbox and like let my hetero queer flag fly. Like a Prayer was not on the fucking soundtrack, and it was a really good version of the song because it had an actual choir singing with it.
Mhm.
And So like 2 weeks go by since the CDs come out, and people are like, "Where the fuck is this song? Why isn't it on there?" Like, you were so pimping out this fucking movie, or that your song was in this movie. Why isn't it on the CD? Well, come to find out, the Material Girl is having a 35th anniversary edition of the song that comes out next month or October, one of the two, and it's going to be on that CD. So they're not being allowed to put on the Deadpool soundtrack yet. If it comes out, if there's another edition that comes out after this new Madonna CD comes out next month, then we'll see. But I think they're getting screwed.
Okay, so I just have to shout out to a certain podcast, Dead Wire Live, where we previewed that soundtrack before that movie, and I was waiting for that Greatest Showman song to get into that movie. And what a fun moment that was for that Greatest Showman to by the way, the Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
Fucks hard.
Just like a virgin.
Oh,
Honks for the very first time.
Oh, this is the Kia Carnival. No, I don't want the Kia Carnival. Get me the Honda Odyssey.
Kia Carnival.
oh my God.
Pussy whipped cars. God, come on.
Hey, the Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
Real hard.
If you say so, Steve.
I do, man. I want one. I used to have one.
Does it
and
back
now I
up
don't.
in the right direction at least?
I love sleeping in parking lots. That's my not my vocation, but boy, I am good at taking a nap in that Honda Odyssey.
Is it a tinted window thing, or you just like let everyone watch?
I couldn't care less if you paid me.
Pulls the curtains up. Just throw a towel over the back seat and over the windows.
I got my car towel.
Spoken like a true virgin.
Stop fucking the Honda Odyssey, you two.
We're live, everybody.
I didn't even get to watch that movie this week. I feel so ashamed of myself.
You haven't seen it?
Oh, I watched it 3 times last or the week before. Like
Just
this week,
not
I
this
just haven't. Yeah.
Cutting back.
Too busy.
Speaking of cutting back.
Yeah, Henry Cavill, the Cavalrine, thank you. Excellent segue. Was sick on set the entire time that he was filming his scenes in Deadpool and Wolverine because he insisted upon having a lit cigar in his mouth.
Dummy.
He was selling it. Going to have that real lit cigar there. Now, just so you know, Joe Quesada stopped Wolverine smoking cigars in the comic books like 25 fucking years ago.
Right.
So the fact that you're smoking that cigar in there, we appreciate you and we see you.
Yes.
So, but I did get a picture of him smoking that picture of the cigar with him green in the gills. You guys want to check it out?
Let's see it.
Look at it.
Oh.
2024, the year of the popcorn bucket. Thank you very much.
Hey, let me whip this out while I check out my own pole vault.
Oh my.
The flashlight of popcorn buckets.
Oh my God.
Now
what you
available
do in
on
the comfort of your own
AdamandEve.com.
home is nobody's business but yours, you know?
The perfect popcorn bucket does not exist. Oh.
Would you like some
And
popcorn?
that answers your question, Kev. How do you fuck it?
How do you fuck it? Just like that. And you know what movie would be perfect to take that popcorn bucket to see? Alien Romulus.
I'm still excited for this one. I'm still hyped for this one. It looks like a throwback horror sci-fi adventure.
Yes. This will be
As long as everybody dies in the movie.
Sure. Kill them
I
all.
think so.
Yeah.
They almost have
Bring
to.
the
Gonna have
prison
to.
at the end. It's fine.
Like you don't have anybody else's story continuing on from here, so it's like, you know. kind of has to.
Yep.
But look at the top of this helmet. That's a Weyland-Yutani symbol up there.
Okay.
Kind of giving that one away. It wasn't Yutani in the first movie, was it? Was it Weyland-Yutani? Oh, whatever.
Isn't that Paul Reiser?
In the second one.
That was the second movie.
In the second one,
Which is
we
supposed
actually
to
get to see the logo.
70. Yeah, that's supposed to be like 70 years later or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Now, did they even mention the name of the company in the first one? I don't remember.
I don't think. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
The logo?
Or at least I don't recall. Oh, was
I
it?
declare a rewatch.
Yes. But
Damn it, I think we're gonna have to rewatch
all
it.
I remember is him just mentioning the company.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
what it was called. It was just the company, if I
Okay.
remember correctly.
I buy that.
For $1.
Shut
Yeah,
up,
$4.
you.
Not sorry.
Yeah, rewatch time for sure.
Yep, definitely rewatch time.
And then another poster that came out for a horror film for next year is Until Dawn, which I was really excited for, and I couldn't wait to show you guys the poster because not so much that the poster looks cool, but the news that there's going to be a horror film, an actual film to Until Dawn. And then I read that the film does not involve any of the original actors from the actual game, which is fine. Brett Dalton was the only one that was like a huge name anyway.
Well,
But
Peter
more-
Stormare.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And
Who
then,
I don't know. Is he returning? I don't even remember him being in the fucking game. I just know that he was.
Yeah.
But
He's in the game and he's in the movie.
he is in the movie then? And then I've heard that they
Yeah,
are
I don't
cutting,
know how much though.
I've heard that they've cut out the Wendigo aspect, and I'm just kind of like, what? Why?
No, then they're missing the point.
Video game movies
Yeah.
don't work. That's why.
Like, if you're gonna make it a monster
Silent Hill
movie,
did.
then great. But like the Wendigo aspect of it was the whole thing that kind of made it special. Like you didn't see that aspect coming. Like you weren't expecting it. Who the fuck thinks of Wendigo that's not a goddamn Wolverine fan? Nobody. And even then, this is not what you were expecting. Like it was a really creepy ass story, a really fun game.
Yeah.
like
so it-
Borderlands.
yeah.
Yeah. I left Borderlands out of this fucking episode. I did.
They're up
Especially-
10% on Rotten Tomatoes now instead of 3% that was reported on, I don't know, Thursday.
It was 7%
Jeez.
last time I checked.
It's up to 10 now, double digits.
Oh, hey.
Now, is this because it's really that bad, which I'm sure it is, or is this because
It's an
Jim
Eli
Lee-
Roth video game adaptation. What do you think?
Eli Roth is involved, Avi Arad is involved, Kevin
Oh,
Hart is
shit.
involved.
So I'm out.
Jamie Lee is in it.
Kate Blanchett.
Still out.
Kate Blanchett is going to be crying somewhere over this film.
Not if she got paid in advance.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jack Black.
Jack Black's already crying. Jack Black's already like, oh, I think something happened to my career.
And it doesn't involve cocaine.
Whoops.
He
I involved myself with somebody else.
probably pulled the trigger on that just a hair too quick. Like,
If you're associated with an asshole and they are found to be an asshole, you have to cut ties.
If
You
it looks
don't.
like it, smells
Yeah, you
like it.
Yeah,
you don't
Yeah.
like. I don't like politicians and I don't value human life. So he could have said that about anybody, and I would have just been like, like I don't care. So like their
He easily just could
value
have
to me
said,
is
I just wish for a different president. That's it.
yeah. He was trying for humor
I know.
and he missed. And that's
I
all.
want to
big
say
time.
that's why they're not comedians, but I guess they are. So
Comedy in 2024 is hard. Comedy is really hard in 2024 to say
Unless you're
something
somebody who just
funny
does not care.
without
Yes.
hurting anybody is really really challenging, just like middle school.
kind of yes.
Yeah.
Also like our show.
No, I think we've reached the we don't care stage.
But
Yeah.
you're still in the caring about others stage. If you care about others, you think carefully, you are not inconsiderate. That was my word of 2023, was the word inconsiderate, not even considering others. Kyle went, hey, wouldn't it be funny? And everyone went, no.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. That's my word of 2022.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Borderlands is doomed.
And gloomed.
Doomed. Like Robert Downey Jr. Oh no, he's really doomed.
Doomed
Dr.
in the
Doomed.
rolling in the doomed.
Just doom it.
Anyway,
Oh, popcorn buckets, good.
popcorn buckets. More things
Palate
to fuck.
cleanser.
Palate cleanser. I'm just gonna skip ahead to the next picture because it's more clear.
There you go.
Clearer.
Ah,
I like the
hate
popcorn
sandworms.
bucket. I think it's cool. It tells you exactly where to fuck it. It's got two mouths.
As
Oh my
opposed to
God,
the
a blanket
shrunken head.
too. I didn't even catch that
Shrunken head.
before.
Fuck your dead skull.
Skull fuck.
I've seen the shrunken skull cup, and it's like $15. It fits in the palm of your hand, and it actually looks really cool. When they fill it with ice and soda, it looks like it's like sweating.
Sweating shrunken heads.
It's
Is that what
fucking
they call
cool.
it now?
Yeah, bukkake.
And how about throwing in a blanket there? How about that?
The blanket I think runs for like $20, which is kind of surprising considering it's fleece. So
Yeah.
don't run it through the washing machine. I'm sure it fucking just like
Probably thin
evaporates.
as hell.
Yeah.
It'll all come out of the lint trap.
It'll come out of the in the same pattern.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be funny as shit.
All right, have you guys talked about Beetlejuice? Are you excited for this?
I am. I want to see it.
I have high expectations, but man, I'm really trepidatious about what they're going to be able to pull off.
So
Yeah, I agree.
I've heard people saying that it's going to suck because the last 20-some, 30-some years of scripts that they've turned in have sucked, and Tim Burton's turned them all down. And it's like, well, Tim Burton's also turned in shitty scripts, so they get turned down, so he doesn't have to make the movie. I'm hoping this is going to be more like the cartoon, where
And I think we've covered that. I think
Looks like
think
it is.
it looks like
Yeah.
the storyline is much more cartoonish.
yeah, where
like
there's a
Blue Wolverine.
copacetic, yeah, there's a copacetic relationship between Lydia and BJ.
I'm more worried about Lydia than I am about Michael Keaton. I think Michael Keaton's on, and I'm worried about where we're gonna get our current middle-aged Lydia.
Yes. How goth and creepy is she at this point? Is she a little old lady Lydia? Is she? I don't know. She could be that. Is she talking through dentures at this point? We
When
saw
I was
Margot
your
Kidder
age,
doing that.
You don't understand goth.
We invented HPV.
Give me a popcorn bucket.
An extra butter.
The Furiosa popcorn bucket will be. Anyway, the whole precious head of your Furiosa queen from Deadpool comes to mind. But anyway, this is finally coming out to Max later next month, or this month, excuse me. And I'm still not going to watch it. I'm not. I hope
I'm getting
everyone.
my steelbook next Tuesday.
I'm happy for you. I'm glad for everybody that wanted to see this movie that didn't go see it in the theater is gonna get to see it comfortably in their home without some fucking snotty shithead making noise on their cell phone next to them. Like, I'm glad it's hitting
Kevin, that
streaming.
was horrible last time we went to a movie together. Like, fuck off.
I didn't want to go see this. I don't like Mad Max.
I don't like Mad Max. I absolutely agree with you, but we are in an era where the special effects are one spectacle and the stunt work is another spectacle. This is one of those stunt work spectacles where you can turn off the sound and just watch the artistry of these men and women throwing their bodies around.
Maybe. I mean, I'll watch The Fall Guy for that. I will, with
I
a big
still
old
need
smile
to.
on my face, we'll watch The
You
Fall Guy.
really should, Jeff. The Fall Guy was a great work of art for that stunt group.
I saw our buddy Rob at Crooked Table. He picked up a copy a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to be really good right now, not spending money, but I think I'm going to be spending money.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Okay.
I want it. Another streaming news growing up this week is Disney. Disney made a profit this week. Yay!
It's the first time for everything.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. You don't think so?
I mean, they said they
streaming
did.
profit for the first time on Wednesday. I think shady financials are involved with that.
Interesting.
Are you suggesting that they're lying?
Cooking the books.
What? For the stocks.
Leslie Headland didn't save the streaming service? That's too bad. That's too bad.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yes. Okay. So far, 25 minutes of bullshit. Yeah, you're right. I'll just take it. That's all.
You must be new here.
We don't know to which thing that was referring, but I'm just going to take it as truth for 24 minutes of us finding the right joke and Chad winning the gold.
That's how that works here.
And pole vault.
That's how it works on Deadwire Live.
Sometimes Dead Pussy Wire Live. Call back. So, not making money this week is Netflix, who suffered a leak of a shit ton of their animation, including Terminator Zero. A lot of it was released onto Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter.
Twix.
And they've been trying to take a lot of it off there, and they are taking legal action. They're saying that they're seeking out legal action as far as how it happened. They're going to be pressing charges to whoever did it. I really want to know, did anyone go out of their way and be like, oh shit, I got to go see Terminator now while it's still available? Most people were saying, you know what? I could wait. I'll wait until it hits the streaming service. I want to be part of that market that clicks the play. You know, I want my click to be counted.
You want to click the play.
Click the play. Click.
The play.
There was really nothing that was like announced, and granted, it was all anime stuff, so maybe that's why. There was nothing that was announced that I was kind of like, oh shit, I want to go see that. Nothing at all whatsoever. It wasn't like when the Disney leak happened a couple weeks ago. You heard nothing that came out.
Life's changed. Media has changed. I don't know what to be excited about. I'm not excited for anything in media anymore. Like, okay, yes, I will watch the new Alien film. I'm semi excited about that. Will I go out of my way to get a ticket and go to the theater to watch that? Maybe.
I kind of want to. I don't know that I will, but
Right.
Alien Romulus is a movie that I would want to go see.
Terminator Zero?
No, not remotely.
Probably not.
I want to see it. But...
Alien Romulus is probably going to be a date night movie for me and the spouse.
There you go.
But that's, we love the original Alien. That's one of our favorite movies.
It crosses genres. It's got everything. Terminator, first Terminator was much more horror than the rest of the series.
Sure.
But, whatever.
They did it all off after 2.
I heard somebody once describe the original Terminator as a slasher flick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
For sure.
And that's a perfect description.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. He was a bad guy. He was the villain.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but going to see a Terminator film in the theater, I will probably never do again. I saw Terminator 3 times in the theater. Never, ever, ever again.
Why 3 times?
I got stuck having to go twice the first day it came out.
Oh.
Went with some friends and then had to go with the girl the next day after that really wanted to see it. And it's like, fuck it.
Just take one
That
for
was
the team.
Avatar.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Still have never seen that.
It's trite. It's absolutely trite.
I
And-
saw Pocahontas. It's close enough.
Yes,
It's
yes, it
the
is.
same damn movie.
It's the same story.
It is, and it ends the very same way as Titanic. So you're like, oh, Celine
You
Dion.
could have gotten on the door.
Why not? Why didn't he get on the door? Just get on the door, Jack.
Fucking
Don't you come
He
back?
did not have to die. She's a murderer.
lazy bitch.
The Olympics. Draw me like one of your
Welcome
French
back to
athletes.
Dead Pussy Wire Live.
Let's see that pole vault again.
The pole vault. Got to get the pole out. Here, let me help you. In upcoming movie news, Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney have been reportedly tapped to play in the new version of The Running Man.
I am now a huge fan of Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell has my heart and soul. He is so handsome. He is so willing to do things. Throw Edgar Wright into that. Throw Running Man into that. I am on. I might go to the theater to see that movie. Sydney Sweeney.
I'll see it for her 2 reasons.
Yes.
There's 2 reasons to watch her.
If she
Not
is the
acting.
running man, if she is running
There you
for
go.
those 2 hours, I will go to the movie theater and I will watch for 2 hours. At least once. At least once.
I am in Glenn Powell's camp for acting. He's every performance he's given, I've gone, wow, who is that guy? Oh, it's Glenn Powell. Oh, look at that.
Was he the guy in
He's
Twisters?
going to be big.
Twisters and Top Gun Maverick and the Shakespeare movie Anyone But You, which that was their first coupling with the 2 of them. Rom-com. It's Shakespeare, son of a bitch.
Shakespeare in Love.
All I saw was bouncing boobs.
All I saw was
She was in a
Shakespeare.
bikini most of the movie.
Yeah, because she has 2 assets.
Yeah.
She's a
We-
decent actress. And at least The Running Man is going to be based off of the book more than anything else.
Correct. Not the Schwarzenegger adaptation, for sure.
Oh, but that's the perfect movie.
It's a better book. The book
Is better.
The book is always
The
better.
book is so good.
Yeah, such a good story.
I know, I'm sure, but damn, I love that movie.
And that movie still exists. That's the thing. That movie still exists. You can go back to Schwarzenegger all you want, but the original story is so much better than what they were able to put together in that movie.
I know. Hopefully they put a good representation of that out. But see, when the last time that happened and I liked it, everyone said it was I was fucking insane. And that was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And I was like, hey, you know what? That is a lot more like the book. And everyone's like, fuck that movie.
Nah,
I'm like,
all good.
well, but it's got
I'm
Danny
OG
Elfman
Willie.
songs.
I've done Willy Wonka on stage 3 times. It's my highest rated special effects musical because we do green screen and all the special effects with confetti and everything. It's good stuff.
There you go.
Not Spencer's. Spirit Halloween Store has a Violet Beauregard costume coming out this year. It's brand new.
Nice.
I'm
I
like,
have to pick that up.
I kind of want that.
We've always done Violet just off stage. She exploded. That's the confetti. Confetti just
Cool.
off stage. Too bad you didn't get to see it, folks.
That was some shit.
Mhm.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of shit.
Lionsgate, who's been really trying to work hard this week on getting their what's the good word for it? Insurance fraud claims in. Yeah.
Hey, Warner Brothers, how do
For
we
the
do
end of the
insurance
quarter.
fraud?
They're trying it out now again. So they've pushed the crow back a little bit more. They've put out a few more pictures of the crow in a giant pink fuzzy sweater. Like, seriously, you look at that and you hear Edward going, "That's not Angora. What the fuck is that?" Yeah, it's been bad. But anyway, so they have a new TV series that they're trying to shop around. They don't have a network for it. They don't have anything for it outside of a concept, really, based in the John Wick world. And I'm 110% behind it. I hope they're not trying to fuck this off. I hope it's not like the Continental, where it's like it could have been huge and it just really wasn't quite that. This is a world that Jeff and I have been talking about. We really want to see expanded. Like, there's so many crazy people in this universe, so many crazy stories to do, so many things to talk about, so many people to see killed. There's a lot to do. I just hope that they don't fuck it off. I would assume this goes to Peacock, but who's to say?
I'd almost rather see Donnie Yen's character get his own sort of sequel spinoff for a movie. I mean, Ballerina got posted until next year, so hopefully that'll actually hit theaters next year and I can sit and enjoy that. But I've always been thinking like Donnie Yen's character from John Wick 4 would be great for a movie sequel or even a TV show.
Wasn't that? Yeah, wasn't that the suggestion that he was going to get his story continued?
We've heard that, but we've not seen official word on that.
Okay, so they really are just dragging their knuckles until whatever.
Or they're trying to wait till schedules clear up.
I can see that, but holy shit, when your cast is as old as it is, like the cast is like entirely senior citizen. And it's an action film. So
Keanu's going to kick the living shit out of you for saying that. You do know that, right?
I'm sure he can. He's a fucking multiple black belt and a really nice person. So
hey, I'll send him your address.
Thank you.
He'd apologize to you before he did it, though.
No.
Turning 60 in September, Keanu Reeves. 60.
Will it be a holiday?
Up. You fucked up.
They're getting a new box set, a 4K box set, Bill and Ted's trilogy.
There's only one Bill and Ted movie.
No, come on.
I'll give you two.
The first one and the third one? Okay.
I didn't mind the second one so much. I haven't seen the whole thing from like start to finish, but like I didn't mind it. It had William Sadler in it.
One and two for me. I didn't really like the third one.
I didn't watch it.
I enjoyed it. Just like Home Alone 3.
What?
There's only one Home Alone movie.
Daniel
agreed with you with.
And it was Panic Room.
Now get on your knees and tell me you love me, you filthy animal.
Yay.
Take it.
So that was pretty much the week's worth of entertainment news that came through. And then D23 started yesterday. And I was like, oh, hey. Yeah, right? Like another fucking weekend's worth of work that's going to be a pain in the ass. But I thought, okay, so they're getting the Marvel shit done tonight. I can do all this stuff tonight, and I won't have to rush like I did last weekend with Comic-Con. No. They did Marvel stuff last night and today. They kept going with their Marvel animation today. And I will give a brief spoiler now. Once we get to the Marvel animation news, it's all downhill from there. It really is. The news from like Marvel or Disney movies, Disney shows, and Marvel shows are all pretty good for the most part until they hit that animated point. And you're just kind of like, ooh, okay, well, we'll see what happens next summer. So to start out with, and I will warn you in advance, Steve, there's going to be some trailers happening. I apologize.
Spoilers.
Not spoilers, trailers. that will have spoilers, I'm sure.
Yep.
But one of the first things that they announced was just a title card, and that was The Mandalorian and Grogu.
And Mac and me.
Slimer and the real Ghostbusters.
Yes. I saw that and was like, and me. I'm like, Slimer and the real Ghostbusters. Okay.
Why call it that? Why not just call it Mandalorian the movie? Why?
I don't
Because
know.
people love Baby Yoda.
And that's why it's called Baby Yoda, not Grogu.
They let it. It does. They let it get called Baby Yoda intentionally for a year.
Yeah.
And then they announced the name for it.
Yeah. Go.
And they're like, well, people really liked Baby Yoda better, but we gave it a real name. That sucks.
Yeah.
I could have just called it yodeling and be done with it.
Yodeling.
I'll call him Ugorg.
Ugorg.
And then the next thing that they showed is what we've all kind of been waiting for, I guess, since the Acolyte finished. I wanted to say passed away.
The end.
And that was
all went back to their home planet.
You know, it's funny because I've been hearing Darth Smiley and the other actors from the show keep talking about how excited that they would be if there was going to be a season 2. And I'm like, that's right. You keep that if in that fucking statement.
Mm-hmm.
If it would be cool if, but it's not. It's not that cool.
No.
Anyway, so the Skeleton Crew, I didn't know what it was about. I thought the idea of a Sith story was going to be interesting. Skeleton Crew was pretty much broad open, could be about anything. Did you guys know anything about this show before we go on? Or what it's going to be about?
All I knew was the title.
It's supposed to be a Goonies in the Star Wars universe.
Oh, God.
That is 110% correct. So let me see.
And Jude Law.
Is Jude Law in this shit?
Yep.
It's in the description on your picture.
It's literally on the screen.
I'm not even fucking looking at that right here.
It's
Yeah, no kidding.
Fuck off,
He's
you
just
dildos, and watch this.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is?
Slow and boring.
I think it's lost.
Yo, want to see a dead body?
That's what I was just thinking.
Skeleton Crew was a completely different Stephen King story.
Jeez. I'm so bored by this thing.
Oh, God.
Okay, so in a galaxy far, far away, after the fall of the Empire, neighborhoods
Young
look like
Youngs are in
suburbans.
Yeah, the suburban Young Youngs.
The suburban Young Youngs.
Jedi Temple.
Maybe this is how you get Will Wheaton into Star Wars.
Be careful where you step.
One-Eyed Willie.
We're lost. Really lost.
Everybody grab your pole.
Trust no one.
A little bit of a Last Starfighter, not Last Starfighter, but Flight of the Navigator vibe too.
You got the X-Men in there. You got Not at all.
Let's
This
rip
movie's
off
not at all.
everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what.
Oh, it's Pirates of the
Harry
Caribbean.
Potter. Harry Potter.
Oh, that's too loud.
Introducing AI.
Jude Law, fire your agent, buddy. Oh.
Yes.
Boy, here we go again.
Not looking forward to it, but we'll watch it and shit on it anyway.
I didn't watch the last two series. I am not interested. Pass.
You're not missing much.
No.
I want to be excited because you know what? God forbid there be an exciting Star Wars again.
I knocked my camera because I was trying to reach for my Millennium Falcon. Oh, sorry. You know what? There's only 3 Star Wars movies. That's all. That's all. Forget it.
Battle of Endor.
Ewok Adventure.
Oh, you just whipped it out and threw it on the table.
Just
Yoda Tales.
It's there's no better ship in the whole sector than the Millennium Falcon. No Millennium Falcon, no sail.
The formerly Boba Fett's ship. Can't say its
Slave One?
You can't say its name no more. You can't say its
Yeah,
name.
they renamed it.
Yeah, it's just Boba Fett's ship now.
Formerly known as Boba Fett's ship.
Emancipation Ship 2.
Moving along in D3 news.
That movie did not.
Is that
go
the
what it
top?
wanted to
Was that the top story, Kev?
That wasn't the best one yet.
Okay.
It all goes downhill from there. Well,
Oh, jeez.
I guess that could be the top story because from there it goes to.
God! Just seriously.
Yeah.
Dude, is this legit?
No, this is not one of mine. I swear to God. So they came out and they sang songs from Moana 2, and he came out because, of course, he's Maui. And then they had all the luau dancers go away, and then everything gets all smoky and shit, and they start revving engines, and you're like, what? And I see this, I'm like, I'm morally obligated that I have to go see this fucking picture.
Pump
I
the
have a
brakes.
son. Yeah, it's like I have a son that's
Sure.
huge into monster trucks,
Sure.
and I'm a huge fan of The Rock. So it's like I have to go see this stupid fucking movie, and my intelligence is already going.
Yeah. Good Lord. Talk
Wait,
about
you
lower
were intelligent.
Yeah, right.
Great. Monster Trucks 2024.
Yeah.
All electric.
So, and it
Could
is
be
going to be
cars
about
with trucks.
him. I think it's going to be about him being a monster truck driver, having a rock truck.
Rock truck.
The
Does
Rock.
he roll it? Does he roll his rock truck?
Rolling.
In happier news from D23, The Incredibles 3 was announced.
The best
Yeah.
Fantastic Four movie ever. Incredible.
Yes.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed. So they said that it is going to be from the original creator Brad Bird, that it is going to be a continuation from the previous story, that the kids are now actually in college. And I'm kind of like,
Wow,
well, that
they're
could be
actually
interesting to see where that
going
goes.
Oh
Maybe.
God.
Potential.
Yeah, right. So you see Invisigirl here, grown up and in college, no longer young lady. So that'll be fun.
Craig T. Nelson officially 80 years of age this year. 80.
Is he really?
Yes, sir.
Good gracious.
The coach.
Coach. Hey, coach. I'm Patrick Starr.
Carol Ann?
Shut up, Dauber. The boy ain't right. I might be combining certain other IPs there.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So, but they came out and also said that Toy Story 5 was going to be coming out shortly thereafter that. And I'm like, really? And Toy Story 5 is going to be about the toys competing with electronics. Again, not one of my doctors.
My money's on the iPad.
I'll take the Zune.
Zune.
Go get your Zune. No, I'm just kidding. I have an
I
iPad.
mean,
I still have mine.
If they could see the butt plug, they'd be looking at it too. They'd be under the covers. Anyway.
Oh, God.
I
think Kevin needs to get some.
Your Honor, I refuse to acknowledge that humor. Get me a popcorn bucket.
So anyway, yeah, they showed they showed that trite. They showed Snow White, Tron 3. I think it's 3 at this point.
You ever seen the movie Tron?
Aries.
No.
Yeah, Tron Aries with 9 Inch Nails doing the music.
9 Inch Nails at
Jared Leto.
The wrong tempo. I hurt myself today. Johnny Cash. All right. Thank you.
And so it's like I went to bed. I was going to stay up all night, and I was kind of like, you know what? I'm really not having this. This is just boring and lame. And then they brought out the boss, and I was like, okay, I'll stay. Figi came out to tell everybody that there are 206 bones in the human body. 207 if you're looking at a picture of Florence Pugh. That was
the highlight of the press conference.
I think so. So, no, then they went on to the Fantastic Four presentation, and that was actually kind of cool.
Okay.
That I pirated in. Again, we're not inviting anybody here. Go on. Share screen.
Go on. Get
scat. This we pirated off of pause. We pirated this off of Twitter because they'd already pulled it off of YouTube. Those Disney layers work fast, but not as fast as we could pirate shit. So for your pleasure and your viewing enjoyment, friends, this is the Fantastic Four trailer that we didn't get to show you it from last week at Comic-Con.
Not only confirms alternate dimensions, it suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes.
That should have been Bruce Campbell.
Who wants to see a big explosion? Classic.
Oh.
It's worth noting. It's 1960s. It's not supposed to.
Yeah. He's a teacher in front of students.
On TV.
Where's Grogu?
Why has he got his mustache?
I see a certain parody happening at some point in the future.
Yeah.
So what is he supposed to be, like Mr. Wizard or something?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, which I think is fine. Reed
fine.
being a scientist on TV like Mr. Wizard is great.
That does.
Yes.
That's
Fine.
a money shot.
Yep.
Fine.
Pedro is not Reed Richards.
No.
I'm not feeling that.
No. John Krasinski. Yes. Pedro. No.
They had it.
They did, and they lost it. Unfortunately, I think it would have been perfect. And I like Pedro, I do, but goddamn, we don't need fucking what's his name, Cesar Romero, painting over his fucking. He's not even painting over the fucking mustache in this.
Yeah, temples aren't gray enough.
That's
my first review. Temples aren't gray enough.
That's pretty spot on, though. Hair Club for Men.
Hey, I resemble that statement, but
Yes,
I don't completely dislike it. I think it can be formulated neat. It looks like it could be fun, and that's what the Fantastic Four needs to be. It doesn't need to be an epic movie. It just needs to be a fun movie.
Family drama.
Yeah, like that's what it's always been about, is family fun.
Yeah.
They don't need to push it and sell it so hard. Just make it that way. Like you don't need to tell us this is a family film. like they just did twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
They need to fix that subtitle tag. First Steps is horrible. It should be First Family.
Exactly.
I think so too, considering this is not an origin story.
I mean, First
Yeah, it
Steps makes
is.
it sound like a baby movie or something.
It's
It's
clearly an
First
origin
Steps.
story.
Well, it's not supposed to be an origin story.
It
from
shouldn't
what-
be an origin story, but it's clearly an origin story.
Yes, agreed. Because we see a Ben Grimm that's not Rocky. I don't think they know what Ben's going to look like yet anyway.
I agree with that.
Hence why he was in silhouette.
Right.
Yeah. We got the joke off. They don't know. So because
You got the joke off?
the joke off, the footage that they showed of Galactus looking into For Freedom Plaza, they showed that at Comic-Con, and golly, what we saw just did that no justice. That was some cool shit.
Agreed.
But the costumes, what do you guys think of the costumes here?
60s.
Yeah,
I-
60s.
I don't dislike it. Maybe a little bit too much white on the sleeves, but otherwise it's like, golly, that's the Fantastic Four uniform.
That is so racist, Kevin.
I know. And believe me, there's lots more of that for tonight.
The
Oh, God.
the number 4 logo looks right.
I dig it.
Yeah. Hopefully it.
Well, these are just
hopefully
what the spacesuits.
Yes. Well, golly, I don't know because Johnny
That's-
has the 4 on there, so that could be
Yeah.
the uniform. So I'm not sure.
But
Okay.
They,
Jeff
they
might be
may
right.
have they may have multiple uniforms. You never know.
True. Could be various phases of the Fantastic Four, like a long, long story for them. So
4-hour epic.
4-hour epic.
Get out of here.
4 hours later.
4 hours later.
So, but
We
you
know
know,
that's
last
going to be a 2.5-hour movie.
Get out of here, Dauber.
I hope so. I really do. Like, if it's good, I hope so. I hope it's well paced. I hope the action is fun. It's not too much where you're just kind of like, okay, like what was it? Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3 could have been condensed down into one movie because those action sequences were just way too damn long. Way
I
too
like
long.
those movies. Oh,
So I think we're pointing out the possibilities are endless for how they could really screw up the Fantastic Four. My
Yes.
expectations are high. It's one of my favorite comics. I liked Fantastic Four even more than X-Men. That drama, that family, that story. And if they do it right, it'll be fantastic. If they do it wrong, it'll be 4.
Fantastic Foul.
I
Well,
think it'll end up being good. I just don't think it's going to end up being great, but I could be proven wrong in that regard.
I'll be happy with just good.
yeah. Yeah, as long as it's not like Phase 4, because Phase 4 just does not seem to want to go away. The quality of Phase 4 does not want to seem to go away.
Just ask
So.
Blade.
At this point, I want Mahershala Ali to go away. That Blade, I want to go away. It won't because it's all contracted and shit.
I don't know.
But I'd
There's only
like
one.
to see.
Will only ever be one Blade.
You know what? I've got $1 that's going to remain true. We'll see.
It might
I'll
be
take
thrown
that
away.
dollar,
It
bud.
might be their legitimate insurance claim thrown away movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really nice to see him just that one last time. I don't know about Ali, but the only way to make that movie work at this point is to have the two of them. Have that be their multiverse swan song out with the old, in with the new. Only way that movie is going to work at this point. You don't need to bring in other ladies to have Blade follow around. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, how about a game for you guys for D23?
Oh boy, a Disney game, Kev.
It is a Disney game. It is a Disney
Do we
game.
set it on fire?
It might set you on fire. Can you guys guess whose crotch this is?
Sydney Sweeney.
Anyone get? No, this is not Sydney
Nope.
Sweeney's crotch, but that's a good guess. There's no sun shining out of that crotch. People at home, go ahead and you can answer in the chat. Nobody?
I'm so old, I'm thinking Shannon Elizabeth, but that's probably very wrong.
It's actually Aubrey Plaza, Marvel Television's Aubrey Plaza from Agatha all along.
All right.
Aubrey's a very good actress. I hope that Agatha doesn't kill her career.
I don't think it's going to. I think she's going to end up being the best part of Agatha. I
She needs
really
to fire
honestly do.
Her agent.
Maybe, but we'll see.
project.
I don't know. I really have hope for this one. And
the expectations were so high 2 years ago when that secret twist exposed Agatha to be the one behind it all. I don't know if we're still up for it 2 years later. Like the Angry Birds movie. It's too little, too late.
Well, the thing is, it's like,
and the show has been done for 2 years, by the way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Everything with Phase 4 has been long done and dead. It's been dead for 2 years. They had nothing's new. They're just trying to figure out ways to salvage it, to salvage that money, and not have it be a total flush. Like they did they not know it was going to be? Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. So
let's just get ready for Ironheart, everybody.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I love you 3000.
I love you 3000. Anyway, so we got
Who's been messing up everything?
The Covenless Witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
What really happened to you?
I love that she's gathered a coven of witches
I'm
Deborah
so
Jo
far
Rupp. Like she very clearly has no idea what she's doing there other than just hanging out with Angie.
We're just getting coffee.
Yeah.
She's just giggling.
The Witch's Road will give you the thing you want most. If you make it to the end. The road is a death wish.
Heard you guys were having a party.
What's up? Hey.
Hey.
Shall we?
Hey.
Halloween. There you go. It has to be a Halloween release.
Agreed.
Me, Werewolf by Night Part 2.
We don't even know what we're up against.
Our worst nightmares.
How do we pass this trial without any power?
We survive, like witches have been doing for centuries.
What happens next?
Nice. Dig it.
I just need these witches to get me to the end.
The bodies are really piling up.
Dig it.
Why do you let them believe those things about you? Because the truth is too awful.
I want my prize! Time to finish the road.
Last one there is a nice person.
Nice. All right. That's the trailer. That's how you do a good trailer. I have high expectations for that series, and I'm so nervous about how it could go wrong. That trailer sold me.
It looks a lot better than the trailer that we saw last week at Comic-Con.
Okay.
I'm not impressed.
Is that? What the hell is that?
I don't know.
What the hell is what?
Never mind. Something.
I'm getting off this plane. He's not even real. What are you smoking, Kev?
The next
answer
video
that.
started
Nothing right
playing on
now.
another tab. Sorry, I was
Keep it
hearing
moving.
Captain America. Sorry.
Stay on this plane. He's not even real.
So anyway, to make all that seem trashy, they had to fix the ending because the ending was supposed to reveal that at the end of the road, Kang, a variant of Kang, Immortus, was the author of the Darkholme, or the Darkhold, and was the creator of all the vampires, witches, werewolves to help keep the multiverse in check.
What?
Yeah. So fortunately, that's out. That is all out. That part there is out. But Jonathan Majors did film his scenes for that. That is, I think, a picture from it. I wouldn't have been excited for that. That probably would have ruined it for me.
Recast.
Get the Kang
Recast
out of here.
Kang. Seriously. Come on. Yes, we don't want to do business with that guy anymore. Got it. Find somebody else.
Kind of, because
just got Kanged.
We could have a variant of every other fucking person. If we could have a variant of Krasinski, we could have a variant of fucking Kang. Come on.
Seriously.
Terrence Howard.
Kang doesn't. Hey, seriously, Terrence Howard. Come on.
I've been saying this ever since this all came about the first time.
That would be funny as fuck. It really would.
Would he do it though?
For the money? Fuck yeah,
With
he
enough
would.
zeros.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the money.
There's no reason Kang has to be out of the story because the actor is out. None.
Not
That's
really.
typical Marvel.
But it isn't. Robert Downey Jr. is going to play more parts.
Recasting is a thing.
The ass end of the universe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want RDJ to play Doom. I just don't.
Me either.
I think he's perfect as Tony. Like, just that's his pant. That's his. Let him have a statue there as Tony. Like, he earned that spot. He paved the way for the MCU. He made the MCU.
Yeah,
well, the rumors are like the Secret Wars movie. They're going to be making him Tony Stark and Doctor Doom in the movie. And that's how they're bringing Tony Stark back.
Fine.
Yes, Secret Wars is the answer to your question.
We'll see if they actually pull it off, though.
Well, who knows?
Again, they're on a timetable because these people are fucking not getting any younger.
As we move on to Captain America Brave New World with a Red Hulk, Kev.
An 80-some-year-old Red Hulk.
Hi, I'm the Red Hulk.
All right. Well, the first thing we need to know about the new Hulk is that they have a new composer. Laura Cartman, who is looking like a Batman villain here, is going to be the new composer.
Giggity.
So anyway,
hold Walt away.
This got leaked last night, which was much easier to keep a hold of. They didn't show it. They did show it at Comic-Con, but we weren't able to get a hold of it then. We got it now, and it's much better than what we've seen so far.
Politician.
Those fake ads really drive you.
Fake ads. That's our Pink Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not impressed.
Not impressed, huh? Fedora. Needs a fedora and a whip.
Exactly. Yeah, and a whip.
Yep.
Or maybe just a good blaster by your side.
Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip.
First hand me the gamma. He needs something to cover up them fucking nipples. He's got nipples the size of dinner plates. Look at that shit.
Nipples. Yeah.
Like
pepperoni.
Baloney Barb.
I'm sitting here looking like I can't look away from his nipple.
Are they mesmerizing for you, Kev?
A little bit. And
I'm
like,
ready for pizza.
I'm having an idea for a popcorn bucket.
Would Hulk smash? No.
Hulk smash
No,
that
Hulk.
popcorn bucket.
Hulk would not smash. Hulk have
has
standards.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think they'll introduce Green Hulk back into this to counteract that? Or are they really going to do the Captain America in this? Not Steve Rogers, but like they're really going to stick with this cast to take on Hulk. Red Hulk.
Yes. No Green Hulk. I'll put my money on it.
I've heard Bruce is in the movie.
I mean, you've already got Red Hulk, you've already got the leader. Why not just bring Bruce back in? You've already got a lot of his supporting cast.
Is
Bring
it
back
almost
Edward
folly
Norton.
not to?
Yeah, it is. Definitely almost folly not to.
Like, you want your eponymous hero or eponymous hero to like stand on his own feet, but he's in his own. He's not in his own story. He's in somebody else's comic.
I want my eponymous hero to have his own fucking villains.
Kind of, yes. Like the Serpent Squad, they are Captain America heroes, or excuse me, Captain America villains. Cheesy ones, but they are Captain America villains. There was a lot of other better villains that they could have gotten. A lot. So I don't know, but I do think Bruce is supposed to be in it. And I think it's almost dumb if he's not, because it's like Chad said, who are you going to get to fight? One, Red Hulk, and then two, the leader. Like, I don't see Sam taking down the leader by himself.
It was Agatha all along.
It must have
Sam
been.
can barely take down a cheeseburger.
Oh, and I like this one.
Maybe those are the new Infinity Stones.
Hercules 2024.
The Soul Stone.
Ding
Getting
dong.
The nipple twist. So, and then after that, they announced Ironheart.
No, just we've been all waiting for.
Oh,
Nothing
dear
happened
God.
with that. So they said the Daredevil cast is here. And they had this wonderful Daredevil presentation where they brought out the entire cast, the original cast of Nelson, Murdoch, and Page, and one Mr. Frank Castle, which I was going to say, Jeff, doesn't that gentleman look just like a guy that we just reviewed on our podcast recently?
Absolutely. Punisher, seasons 1 and season 2 from Netflix.
So I'm super excited about that. We had a Daredevil. Oh, wait, did I have it? No, we had a Daredevil trailer, but YouTube, yeah. The Disney lawyers knocked it off pretty quick. So, but they came back and we got to see if some pictures from the trailer. There were at least 4 other suits that he's gonna wear or has worn in the show. Not just the yellow one that we saw in She-Hulk. There is the villain Muse. He is a serial killer and misunderstood artist. So my understanding of him is he is basically
Jared Leto.
No, Dick Miller from Bucket of Blood. Dick Miller's character. So I'm like, well, okay, sure. And then what was it? It was this was the closing out images they had from D23 from their Daredevil section. So
sorry about Daredevil. Don't worry about it.
Kinda.
Daredevil born again. Again.
There we go. I love What If. These are some of my favorite comics growing up, and one of my favorite ways to write a story. Take a story and think about it from a different perspective. Those of you who haven't read James, that was just published a couple months ago, the story of Huckleberry Finn from Jim's perspective, it is fantastic. Give me more What If any day, anywhere.
James?
Yes. Story of Jim.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just thinking of Family Guy. I thought that was your name.
Yes, that is the whole joke.
Sorry. So, have you seen seasons 1 or 2 of What If?
100%. Every minute of every season of What If, because it is my favorite kind of storytelling.
Okay, I haven't seen season 2. I enjoyed season 1 well enough. The stories were fun. My lament was that they were all exclusive to the MCU. and I guess that's okay. It is an MCU show.
Yeah.
But golly, I was hoping to see weird stories that you'd see like in the old comic books in the 80s, like just really weird and funny, for lack of a better term, and they weren't funny at all. And once you get past that, they're pretty good storytelling, and they're extremely beautifully animated.
Agreed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, however, this is going to be the final season of What If. Yeah. The stories will include Shang-Chi, Captain America here, who is going to have a giant Gundam or mech.
Okay.
Gundam.
Oh, no, Gundam style.
Yeah, that's not my thing, but
what about
it has
Gangnam
its
Style?
audience.
Kaiju is definitely my thing. I love kaiju. So yes, give me more kaiju.
Kaiju are great.
Pacific
That's
Rim.
fine. And then X-Men 97, they announced in season 2, they will don their Grant Morrison era costumes.
Interesting choice.
Worst ever X-Men uniforms.
Agreed.
Okay.
So there were, golly, I feel bad. This is something I was going to tell Chad before we started. Probably wasn't something I was going to say publicly, but
here we are.
So, yeah, this series made me stop reading X-Men when Grant took over X-Men and just totally fucked up everything that the 90s had going for it. The movies came out. They were pretty popular. They said, you know what? Make the comic book look just like the movies. So they got rid of the colorful outfits. They made them all look black, like they were wearing latex. It didn't look interesting. They made Beast look like a cat instead of an actual beast.
Secondary mutations.
Yeah, they made them all behave worse than they looked, and it was just really bad. Like, bad is just the only way I could describe it. There are a few shiny points from it, like they came out with Cassandra Nova. That was an interesting character, but she was not interesting enough to where she could have held Deadpool and Wolverine being that type of character that she was in the comics. Like, she needed to have been played like Emma Corrin played her to make the movie interesting. She wouldn't have been interesting as a comic accurate Cassandra Nova. So this brought me out of X-Men. This is where I was like, you know what? I enjoy the Avengers more. New Avengers is a much better story. I'm going to go read that instead. And years later, a couple years later, Civil War happened. I really enjoyed that. Secret Invasion, really enjoyed that. And when they did that, Spider-Man outed himself. To show public support for Iron Man because he loved Tony, he said, "My name is Peter Parker."
Who?
Yeah. And that got Kingpin pissed off. And he's in prison and the whole world's going to hell. And he's like, but you know what? I can fuck up Parker's life. And he sent a hitman to kill Aunt May.
Which led to the whole One More Day thing. Thank you, Joe fucking Quesada.
Yes, Joe Quesada didn't like Mary Jane being married to Peter anymore. Didn't like any of the way that Spider-Man had been going. So he had Mary Jane sell their marriage to Mephisto so nobody knew that Peter was Spider-Man anymore. And they retconned all of Spider-Man's history, all of Civil War, and they came out with Brand New Day.
Quesada had the same problem that a lot of other creators in the early 2000s had. They didn't like the fact that characters develop.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they weren't their fucking characters.
Exactly.
That was it.
Because you also had, like in DC, you had Jeff Johns come back, and bring back Hal Jordan, displacing Kyle Rayner. He brought back Barry Allen, displaced Wally West. Characters that people my age had really gravitated towards just got swept under the rug. Oh, we're bringing it back to the old timers. Y'all have had your day.
Yeah.
Which pissed me the fuck off. Now, with X-Men, with Grant Morrison, I loved Morrison's run on JLA. Those were damn good stories. And I was thinking, hey, if they did that good on JLA, X-Men should be good. Fuck me, I was wrong.
Yeah, it was all very, very trite.
Well, I mean, the whole deal with fucking Cyclops having mental affair with Emma Frost.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Because you would have not seen that from Scott before. Scott was soulmates with Jean. And that's, so all that got flushed down the toilet. So again, yeah, like this was in that age where Marvel was retconning everything that made their characters important. It really kind of made them who they were. And when Brand New Day came out, Dan Slott was the person in charge of writing that story. And it was his first Spider-Man story. And I bought the first issue. I didn't like it. I think I bought the first 2 issues. I didn't like it. And I quit reading comic books forever. I haven't bought another comic book since then. So Gail Simone was congratulating Dan for his omnibus coming out for that series today. And as a fan, I like Dan as a person. I think he's a great writer. But golly, I hated that story, and I'm supportive that he got to write his first Spider-Man story, that Joe gave him that job. That was his job, and that he wrote it well, I suppose. But just like there's everybody's first story that they remember that brought them into comics, there's everybody's story that kicked them right the fuck out of comics, and that was mine. This fucking imagery of Grant Morrison's X-Men and the Brand New Day, like, seriously just killed Marvel Comics for me. They retconned things that you really loved. They changed characters everywhere, and the stories all went to shit after that. So to hear that they're going back, or going forward, not back, going to the X-Men that we loved, say, oh, hey, remember when you liked it when it was like this? Yeah, we did. Oh, good, because we're going to change it to this shit. Is not a good feeling. So Bo says, have faith. Trust him. Have faith. He wrote this part into season 2. So he knows that part is going to be in there. From what he's written, I don't think it's going to be a full, like, change, like, the whole story. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not, because it sucked ass then, and I still hate talking about it now. So, anyway, more bad news. Doctor Strange is appearing in Spider-Man, which is not freshman year anymore. It's now your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And then they showed a yearbook spread of all the characters that are going to be showing up in the series. So now, again, this is supposed to be about his first year or two before, like, Civil War happens. I don't think that's the case anymore. This looks like it's going to be a lot different. There's going to be a symbiote involved. There's characters that Peter's put on costumes and called himself other characters throughout the 90s. I can't think of the damn yellow character to the right there in the middle.
Now are they doing that story from the 90s when he had, like, the different identities? Is that what they're doing?
Yes. And I cannot think of that damn character's name. The one in Yellow Jacket?
Oh, God. No, Yellow Jacket, that was Hank Pym.
Brown Hornet? No, that was Bill
Prodigy.
Cosby.
I think it was Prodigy.
Yeah, something like that. But anyhow, and there's another picture of he and Norman Osborn there. And I was kind of like, well, wait a second. It doesn't look like Norman. And then you see Norman's being voiced by Coleman Domingo. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense then. That makes a lot more sense. Oops. Where are we? And then the last thing they went on to show was the concept art for Marvel Zombies, which sounds really cool because you got to see the Marvel Zombies that you know from the comic books in the What If season 1.
Mm-hmm.
This, what they're showing in the actual TV series Marvel Zombies, is just going to be characters from Marvel Phase 4. So you're going to be seeing She-Hulk, you're going to be seeing Wakanda Forever, the Marvels, Scarlet Witch, your heroes, the Red Guardian.
Red Guardian, for God's sakes.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, wow, really? And this is what they closed out with.
That was the top of the mountain. All right,
Yep.
everybody. You know what you love. All of these C and D characters, they're now zombies.
Yep. And the D and F characters that you loved even less, they're your heroes. Start clapping for them, kids.
Good Lord.
The not so grand finale.
Yeah.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I don't know the ninja dude from Shang-Chi there, the guy in blue. Like, I thought he got smashed and eaten by that dragon, but whatever.
Nobody's ever dead in Marvel.
That's true.
Except Uncle Ben.
Except Uncle Ben.
Over and over again.
Oh, wait, no. Uncle Ben isn't dead. He just didn't exist in this timeline. Yeah. Said policy violation. Did we say a naughty word? Oh, we did. We did. We talked about James.
It was the red Hulk's nipples. That's where we ran into trouble.
Boop.
Ding dong.
Yeah. And then that's what happened at D23 this week. So it's like, up until the animation stuff, I just kind of gave up on that shit today. It's like, I'm seeing stuff that like our followers aren't going to want to care about. They're not going to want to watch that shit. We could make fun of it for a minute and then it's just going to get tiresome. So Marvel Phase 4 is not going away is really what we found out at D23.
I think that's the tiresome is Phase 4 is let's move on. We've got some great ideas. There's some great stories out there. I'm still hyped for Secret Wars, even after all of the stuff that has come between Phase 3 and Secret Wars. Fine. Let's get to Secret Wars, please.
Kinda. Let's start fixing stuff and making it interesting again, because nothing interesting has happened so far. Like, these characters that they've come out with this phase can't carry their own fucking movie. They can't. Obviously, if they could, fucking Captain America wouldn't need the Hulk family in there to back his ass up. So, I don't know. Yeah, agreed. The X-Men 97 stuff, I don't want it. I didn't like the X-Men movies. Like, they're fun to watch, but looking back at them, once you watch X2, you're like, God, X-Men sucked. Like, comparatively, that just really sucked. And they get that way. Well, they get worse after X2, I think. But like, they weren't all that in a bag of chips. They aren't what the X-Men movies could be. They aren't what X-Men 97 was. So the comic books took a downhill turn trying to be like the movie, I think. And certainly by having Grant Morrison put in his shitty ass stories. And his weird kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Morrison's run on JLA was chef's kiss. But
yeah.
When they went over to X-Men, I don't know what the fuck happened.
They're like, you know what? We don't like this shit. Break it.
Probably.
We need to make the Avengers really popular again. Break the X-Men. Hell, they even changed the title for them. New X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not New Mutants. Definitely not New Mutants.
No.
Who would have thought that the New Mutants would have ended up being cooler than the new X-Men? Not I.
No, me either.
Nope. Bad move.
So, and that was all I had for the news this week.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Not as many penis pictures. I apologize, but the nipples were aplenty.
That's the subtitle.
And hopefully we don't get any more copyright or copy violations because of that, Kevin. Justin said we got flagged somehow. Yeah. But I don't see anything from the back end, so not sure what happened on that. But
pancakes.
Guess we'll find out. If we got age restricted, I'll clip it out. But
sorry.
We've never had that problem before.
It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning Central Time. I don't know if you are aware of Central Time.
Yeah, me and Steve were in the same time zone. So
how about that?
I
invited Jeff down to the studio to see if he wanted to hang out down here, and he was like, "Nah, that's an hour and a half away. He's in a different state."
Couldn't quite make it. with
It's
everything going on around here.
Next time. So,
yep, absolutely. Next time I'll actually
Speaking of-
plan for it ahead of time.
Speaking of which, getting to my calendar, next weekend, Chicago is hosting Blues Brothers Con, the sequel. We got Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi coming in as the Blues Brothers at the old Joliet prison. All the blues legends that they could round up are going to play blues music all day long, and then topped off by those two silly comedians and their wonderful band playing blues all day long next Saturday. You should all come out. You should really all come out. I invited you months ago, but I know life gets in the way. We also have Fan Expo Chicago coming to Rosemont, Illinois next weekend, all weekend long. All of the silliness, all the fun of all of this pop culture coming together here in Chicago. That is my week. Oh, and school starts on Tuesday. So I will probably not see you guys next Saturday. That is a full plate for me.
Get your ass back to school.
Stuff to do.
And watch Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
For the Olympics, for the diving.
Yep, the Triple Lundi.
Did you guys see
Triple Lundi, but
breakdancing is now an official Olympic sport? At least it was today.
It's a performance sport. It's not an official sport yet, but it has got its test year this year.
Yes, and it will not be returning in 2028. It's already been announced.
Yeah,
but
I saw how bad Australia was doing.
That was a joke. Like that, she probably killed the whole thing today, which is really sad, because once you get around all the racism about it, and there was truly enough of that, it was all commentated by ignorant white people that didn't know anything about breakdancing.
Ignorance has been the theme of this Olympics. That opening ceremony, Peyton Manning comes out and goes, "Oh, it's just like football." No, it's not, Peyton. It is French culture and art. Where's our culture expert? Where's Mike Tirico? Are you the culture expert? No, I'm not. Okay, how about you, Kelly Clarkson? What do you think? Oh, it's so beautiful. Thanks, Kelly. Back to you, Mike. Come on.
It hasn't been a great Olympics. NBC really kind of dropped the ball this year with their coverage. Everything's new and it's always proprietarial for them, but yeah, they've really kind of dropped the ball this year.
Gold Zone on Peacock is pretty awesome. Taking all of that hype of the red zone from the NFL and putting it together for 36 different sports all simultaneously has been pretty awesome.
I enjoyed breakdancing. That's the only thing I've watched and been like, that was actually fun. I mean, I'm sitting there laughing at the racism part about it, because it really is fucking just
Snoop Dogg is there, for God's sakes. Get somebody.
Give him a fucking microphone and stop the pretty white lady from talking.
We have experts on call. Get the experts to talk about this sport, please.
Well, so that would have made sense, though.
And I'm sitting there watching one of these ladies from the Ukraine, very cute, by the way, doing a dance battle, as they're called. I'm sitting there laughing because she's looking all thuggish and shit. And again, they're pointing out that she's from the Ukraine. And I'm like, so what did you do during the war? Kick it.
Hello, Russians. Come over here. Let me show you how I can dance.
And I'm sitting there hollering at my wife to come out of the kitchen. Pumpkin, dance off is an Olympic sport. Come out here.
They're going to save the
I
community.
want my competitive cheerleading.
I'm like, it just needs Star-Lord.
It's a dance off.
Oh, jeez.
And it really was a dance off. So if you guys have Peacock, I highly recommend looking up the breakdancing women's finale.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Totally worth it.
My kids danced hip hop for years. Award-winning hip hop team. They did such great stuff. It's so much energy, so much heart and soul into it. And the ignorance of the announcers has just been killing me on this Olympics. Hey, Peyton.
Yeah, it's like halftime at the Super Bowl.
No, it fucking isn't.
They're going to literally like, no, they're not. They're gonna dance and then go like this. Anyway, that's my Olympic coverage.
All right. Well, thank you everybody
Dead
for
Wire
tuning
Live
in.
at the Olympics.
Dead Wire Live, sports segment, news, pop culture, everything, and then some. And make sure you grab your polls because we're saying goodbye on this stream. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you all on the next one.
I'd buy that for $1.